Today we are going to be discovering how easy it is to really control the 1972 Reliant Supervan 3, seeing as though it only has 3 wheels, although I was sort of expecting the Peel P50 to be somewhere along there, but the upgrade that I've given it has gotten its handling up to 8, so it's interesting. I'm running a custom upgrade on the Reliant today, trying to keep its handling as low as possible and raise everything else. That has led to its stats here and its handling being only at 3.3. I also tuned the car, as can be shown here, in a way to make it oversteer as high as possible, its braking as low as possible, and just its general controlling of everything just as difficult as possible. We will start here on the highway, seeing as though it's just a generally straight strip of land, just to show, wow, okay, you can see right there just how bad it is at turning, its general ability to drive, its lack of that may be its general ability not to be able to do stuff, or me just not being able to control it properly, or a combination of the two. It's generally good on straights, except moving it around slightly, you can see it's turning a bit too far. That may be because of my oversteer. Oh, well, it's oversteer. Okay, the car just hit me, that's great. You can see what happens when you even get nicked by a car right there. You just roll. Many of you have probably tested around, toyed with this car, previous Forza games. I know it was at least in Forza 3. And, okay, all the cars. It is just a generally difficult car to control. The one wheel at the front wasn't a great design aspect, except maybe they probably weren't planning for us to be going as fast as the car is going. So, small turns, just going around slight corners that you can see up here on the highway, it seems to do pretty well at its speed. But if you even attempt to do anything sharp, this may even test its limits here. Yeah, you see it just drifts off a bit. I probably should have used my brakes there, but going at full speed, it makes it quite difficult. So we're just going to exit the road here and hit our brakes, so that's to not flip over. Okay, I've also done terrible stuff to its brakes. A normal car should have been able to stop at the line technically. If you come back here, you can see sort of where I started braking, all the way back here. And I drove way over the other side of the line, so that's just generally difficult to control. Try to go around a corner. Its acceleration is probably way too high for it. It sort of just skids off all over the place. Let's now take it into a race to see how well it performs under circumstances where it's going to be facing constant turning and the threat of other cars bumping into it, because we saw what happens before. So it does pretty well in this speed zone at least. Not too many turns. Way to stop it, I guess, really hit the brakes and the handbrake at the same time. Pull back on your left stick if you're using Xbox, because that way you're not actually going anywhere. So yeah, I got 1 star in the speed zone, so that's also cool. So let's just go ahead and enter this event and see how well this will go. It's going to go in our bat van. I doubt that anybody else would be stupid enough to bring this along. Yeah, nope. Oh wait, we got one other in the Reliant. So this should be interesting to see how we do. We got high acceleration, terrible handling, and alright speed. Sort of turn off at the start of the race here. We get hit by a car, doing alright. it does alright with drifting and whatever, as long as it can control where it's going, which is sometimes a bit difficult to do. If I brake, nope. Braking from back there didn't even stop me. That's how terrible I've made its braking. This is, though, as probably hard as it is to control it, in all fact. I'd like to see somebody try to make it even more difficult to control, because that'd be a nice challenge. We are actually doing pretty well in the race. These are set to expert difficulty, I think. So, you know, they... Oh, okay. That turn there could have been the end of the race for us. Probably a bit too much overturning. I can't even get around the corner by hitting the brakes. So that's something. I'm not going to rewind. I just want to see how it generally does with me in control and whatever. Alright then. Oh, okay. This is not great. I was just rubbing the nose of my car against the floor there, trying to do a simple turn. No, E-turns aren't the way to do it either, or E-drifting or whatever you want to call it. Pulling the handbrake to turn. Bumped by a car, still in it to maybe win it. No, as soon as you hit the handbrake, your car's out of there. So you want to try to avoid doing that when you're in this car. It is a very slow race, I have to admit. So keep that in mind if you want to do professional racing in this car. Ooh, that could have ended badly if there was no barrier there. You want to try to get the widest turns possible. Nope. Okay. That's fun, I suppose. Yeah, I say you should try to get the widest turns possible when I go in for a really shallow turn there. I can't even get my car to start off properly again. That's great. It just turns way too far by hitting the accelerator. It's such a difficult car to control. I should actually look what I'm doing instead of my recording. Be interesting to see how it does if it gets a bit of air. So I might go to a danger sign after this and test out that. Now, the second you hit your handbrake, you're just gone. It turns way too much. Yeah, if Batman were ever to drive one of these, he would not be able to save the day very easily. Just saying. So our clumsy guy is probably the only person ready enough to even have a go at this. It would be possible to win a race in one of these, I reckon. You just need to take every corner as the game recommends, using the driving line, slowing down if the brakes even let you slow down, not overturning like that. It is not an easy thing to do. We're not coming last though somehow. Oh, okay, we just turn right around there. We're almost at the end of this race. The game just apparently doesn't want us to do well. That was a lot more difficult than it should have been, I reckon. But yeah, let's go find a danger sign to do. Okay, let's get out. And we will see how easy this is to do. Also, when there's a walking path, whoever walks up like that, that's kind of ridiculous. Oh, can't even start off nicely. Just want to see how it does in the air, if it like flips or whatever. And how it lands. This may be a bit too steep of a hill for it. It's only going 50, 60 actually. It's pretty slow. We'll get some air.
At your destination.
It didn't flip, that's interesting. It was like a rock, it went straight down. It's definitely not enough speed there. Let's see if we can find another one. Yeah, it's a jump. This is less of an incline, more of a flat start, so we should be able to do this a little bit easier, perhaps, hopefully. Yes. Oh, when you're going like 10, that's the only time you can ever use the e-brake. Handbrake. How successful will this jump be? Not very. We hit the roof of the house, so it's not very good at jumping, to say the least. Or turning. It's terrible at turning. I tried to do a turn like that. Actually, that wasn't that bad. It was way off though. This custom build, if you want to download it, I guess I'll release it to the shop or whatever, so you can check that out if you want to play around with this yourself. Otherwise, you can try to build it yourself. Just make everything as difficult as possible. Nope, can't even brake there. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, consider subscribing or something. Share the video with a friend, and I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.